have to know who you are. This is true in life, in the NBA, in Game of Thrones, the important things. Forget trying to predict whether you will win or lose until you get a sense of your own identity, how to amplify what you do best, how to protect what you do worst. You can't even compete. This has been the Sixers' problem for much of this year. Because look, less than a month into the season, they traded for Jimmy Butler in a deal that added talent but left the roster shorthanded. Joel Embiid cringed at some of the ways he was being asked to play and said so publicly. There were stories about locker room tension, film session tension, and then the team made another eye-popping trade at the deadline, acquiring the Bobby and Toby show. So no wonder the Sixers have at times lacked the identity to win their big games. Can't really get your feet under you if you don't even know what size shoes you wear. But finally now, it seems like things are starting to click. The Sixers came into last night's game against Boston on a 5-game winning streak. And even though the Celtics led through the first half, Joel Embiid was obviously more aggressive than he'd been when these teams had previously met. The Celtics then took a hit when Aron Baynes went down. That is a grade 2 ankle sprain. Not good. And then early in the second half, well, we had this. Celtics are up double digits here, but Marcus Smart gets called for this foul on Embiid. Smart thinks it's ticky-tack, he's frustrated, you can hear the music there. Joel has a history of knowing exactly when an opponent is feeling emotional and how to leverage that, so yep, there's the elbow. Smart flops, because that's what Marcus Smart does, but then he rises up and goes after Embiid, and that is not a small shove of a man who has 8 inches and 25 pounds on him.
Flop.
It
Only 25 pounds?
A flagrant 2. I went by the official weights. That's what I went by. Yeah, there he is gesturing to the fans as he gets ejected. The whole incident sparked both the Philly crowd and NBA Twitter. In case you were wondering what Charles Oakley thought of all of this, it was stop flopping and play basketball.
Who was he talking to there?
Either one of those guys. As the fourth quarter progressed, we also saw Jimmy Butler start to spark. No one loves the closer role quite like Jimmy. He scored 15 of his 22 points in the fourth to push the Sixers ahead and then seal the win with that 18-footer and, the pose. That's going to be a meme. Of course, this is Celtics Sixers, so the chatter afterward, just as good as the game. Over in Boston's locker room, Marcus Morris criticized Sixers fans for acting like their team had won the Super Bowl. Terry Rozier made a crack about not seeing confetti after the game. This was a reference to last year's playoffs. You remember when the arena crew dropped confetti for the Sixers? Only to have the result of the game changed to Boston, thanks to that overtime video review, right? So he made the confetti crack. Mind you, Rozier had already taken a shot at Embiid earlier in the week. He had called Embiid lame. So over in Philly's locker room last night, Embiid was busy posting this on IG.
Lametown.
Check the location tag, Lametown.
This is the only place where he's the best.
And the first photo of that post was Rozier bending down, but then swipe, you get to the second photo, and that is maybe the most telling. Embiid celebrating with Butler, looking like teammates who've learned what they can do together. Last night, the Sixers started to show they know who they are, which means that finally, now they can really get to see how good they can be.